joining us here to talk about Medicare's annual enrollment period. We are joined by Jerry Makison with Makison Insurance. Jerry, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Of course, glad to have you and talk about this. Medicare's annual enrollment period is coming up. That's October 15th through December 7th. What do we need to know about this enrollment period, Jerry?
Well, we've had them every year since 2006, but this year is the most changes I've seen since 2006. The first major changes, the notorious donut hole in Medicare Part D is gone. That would be a period that you pay 100% of the cost for your medications. That has been eliminated now, and there's also a cap to the maximum out-of-pocket for copays for medications under Part D's and underneath Medicare Advantage plans, and that has been capped off at $2,000 per year. And then also there's a new payment plan so we can spread that cost out for the entire year as well. What's important for people to know is this is the only time per year that you can enter in or change or disenroll yourself from a Medicare Advantage plan and return to original Medicare. So this time is for drug coverage. Medicare Advantage plans have drug coverage, and so does Part D. So this time of year is just for Part D, drug coverage, and Medicare Advantage plans with drug coverage.
Okay, absolutely. So you mentioned numerous changes. You said the most changes you've seen since, what, 2006?
Correct.
So
when it first came out.
So what can we expect from insurance companies as to how they'll be reacting to the changes?
Sure. So basically what it does with the cap of being just $2,000 per year out of the client's pocket, out of the Medicare beneficiary's pocket, the insurance companies are going to pick up all the additional costs. So their reaction is going to be, and they haven't yet made these reactions because, the government is funding the subsidization of these plans, and we won't really see it this year per se in 2025, but they will be coming up. And part of that's going to be, they're going to change their formularies. Formularies is a fancy word for a drug list. So different companies have a drug list for medications they're going to cover. So why would they cover the very expensive medications if they're on the hook for those plans after you pay your first $2,000? So insurance companies are going to be changing this in 2025, and people are going to be exposed to it. So drug lists for companies have already came out. They're already locked in. But after March 31st of 2025, they can actually change their formularies and no longer cover the medications they told you during this period of time. And without an agent, you don't know what you can do about it. So you really need to have an advisor out there that can step in and do those things, such as a formulary exception letter, and ask that insurance company to go ahead and cover that medication, because after all, you already covered it for 3 months. So that's the main thing, is they're going to react by not allowing certain medications. They're going to also put in their step therapies. So instead of you buying that very expensive new medication that's out there, we want you to try all these other medications before we'll approve it. We're also going to make you have prior authorization. So your doctor's going to have to write a letter and say, hey, this is the only medication that works for our client. And then you're going to have to submit that to the Part D company too. Mm-hmm. So there's going to be a lot of red tape is what I'm telling you. And they're going to change in the middle of the year, and you may not be able to change your drug plan. So you really need to have an advisor that knows the rules with those drug plans and can react for you and make sure that your medications are covered.
Absolutely. These are some big changes with outcomes we really need to be prepared for. Jerry, I know you're someone, you can help with this. You can help make sure people are making the best insurance decisions, preparing for these changes. How can we get in contact with you?
Well, you can always call 816-271-5444. It's very important for you to do so early. I'm already booked out almost to December already. So if you're going to want to see somebody, you really need to get on the ball and come out and see us. There are other changes that's going to happen down the road in 2026 and all that. These companies are going to also raise the rate for Part D plans, and they're also going to raise the rate to the Medicare supplement plans because the company that offer Part Ds also offer Medicare Advantage plans and also offers Medicare supplements. So they're going to spread those costs, over to the consumer. So just because there's a limit this year and the insurance companies are on the hook, they're going to pass that cost on to the consumer, so that you really need somebody fighting on your side.
Absolutely. Lots of changes, lots of preparations to be made for those changes as well. Again, Jerry can help you out with that. Jerry Makison with Makison Insurance. Jerry, thanks again for joining us today, letting us know this.
Absolutely. Take care.